Hi, I'm Christopher James Lees, resident conductor for the Charlotte Symphony Orchestra. While each of the 60 concerts a year I perform with the CSO are individually very exciting, it is a deep honor to be able to lead 3 performances in our next Classics weekend on October 20th, 21st, and 22nd at the Night Theater. The program is full of stories, drama, tragedy, hopeful optimism, blistering virtuosity, and a lot of romantic energy. All of that encapsulated in only 4 pieces. Our large-scale symphony this week is by William Grant Still, one of the great musical leaders to emerge from the Harlem Renaissance. In his Symphony No. 1, the Afro-American Symphony, from 1930, Grant Still combines his African-American musical heritage with his Western European compositional training into a magnificent hybrid, earning himself his title as the Dean of African American Composers. Each movement is inspired in some way by poetry by Paul Laurence Dunbar, and through these inspiring words, Grant Still creates deep, audible feelings of love, weary burden, ecstatic emancipation, and even divine redemption. This was one of the most popular American symphonies for over 2 decades in the 20th century, and today it's rarer to hear the piece live, so that makes this performance absolutely a special event you won't want to miss. Frédéric Chopin was one of the piano's greatest champions, and we are so fortunate to be joining us in Charlotte, American virtuoso Orly Shaham, to perform his 2nd piano concerto. Chopin has laid acrobatic obstacle courses for pianists since the 1800s, and this piece is not just one of his most difficult to play, but also one of his most dramatic and some might argue operatic as well, with all the flash, flare, heart, and passion of a composer at the height of his powers. Hearing one of the great masterpieces for the piano, played by one of America's greatest pianists, will be truly a gift for everyone in the audience and have you talking about this performance for weeks to come. Our program opens with German Romantic era composer Emilie Meyer, a unicorn of sorts from this era. And what I mean by that is that she was an immensely popular woman, allowed and enabled to compose, and whose works were performed and celebrated widely at the time. Although even while the critics were immensely positive about her music, publishers were less so, and she fell into a sort of obscurity until recent history. We'll be performing her famous Faust Overture, inspired by the story of Faust, who sells his soul to the devil Mephistopheles in exchange for more time with his beloved Marguerite. The dramatic sweep of this piece carries us to another world immediately and grows out of a dark, ominous, and sort of sinuous opening across all of the characters of the story, into battles and into churches, and ultimately into a triumphant redemption of Marguerite, which blazes in orchestral glory. And after intermission, we perform Dvorak's tone poem titled The Noonday Witch. The story here is a tragic one. A mother and her child are home alone, and the child gets increasingly agitated and agitating, leaving the mother to threaten calling a witch who arrives at midday instead of by moonlight. On her last nerve, the mother invokes the witch. She arrives, and there's a chase all over the house. In a protective fit motivated by matronly instincts, the mother grabs the child and faints as the clock chimes 12 noon and the witch departs. The husband arrives home cluelessly to discover that his wife has smothered their child, and the story ends in tragedy. Dvorak paints every aspect of this story in sound, and every detail of the narrative is accounted for in his writing. It will be a feverishly exciting telling, even if it doesn't end well for the family. And the orchestra, especially the phenomenal musicians of the Charlotte Symphony, recount this tale with brilliance and incisive commitment. All of the stories found within this program are incredible, and I can't wait for you to hear every single note. I'm looking forward to seeing you at these concerts. These is October 20th, 21st, and 22nd at the Night Theater in the hands of the remarkable artists of the Charlotte Symphony Orchestra. You can head over to www.charlottesymphony.org to pick up your tickets today. I can't wait to see you there. Thanks for watching.